Shabbat Shalom, Kol Ami. Welcome to our friends online. Welcome to those of you with us in person tonight. Let us sing our way into Shabbat. Shabbat start to land as we were singing together that nigun. If you didn't, there'll be more opportunities for you to welcome in that Shabbat feeling. Tonight, we are so blessed. We will have a special speaker with us, a colleague of mine, Rabbi Susie Stone, is here from LA Voice to speak with us. And thanks to the hard work of our Justice League, of which Travis leads, we are going to learn and think and pray on justice tonight. And I want to invite Travis forward. He is going to help us bring in the lights of justice and the lights of Shabbat. It says in the Torah in Leviticus 19:34, "You shall love the stranger as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt." The Torah doesn't ask us merely to tolerate the stranger. It commands us to love them. We know what it feels like to be outsiders. Love turns our memory into responsibility. And we hold that idea in our hearts tonight as we welcome Shabbat by bringing the light of Shabbat in. I invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 120. And I'm going to invite Travis to light the candles. And as the candles are lit, I want you to think about, what are you needing this Shabbat? And bring that kavanah, that intention, that light in to your eyes, to your heart, to this sanctuary tonight. Bitzivanu.
Amen.
Amen. Let us bring in the light 3 times.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav.
Thank you. Exodus 23:9 says, "Do not oppress the stranger, for you know the feelings of the stranger. You were strangers in the land of Egypt." Ethics come from our experience. We respond with compassion because we have known displacement. Let us bring a new light.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la.
The words of that song ask us to bring a new light, and our work, our justice work, our Shabbat practice, our spiritual practice brings that new light, not only to this community, but to the world. So tonight, may this Shabbat bring that new light to your heart and to your soul. And I invite you to turn to page 138 as we prepare to greet the Shabbat bride. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, בני בני שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, בני בני שבת נקבלה. lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, בני בני שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha dodi, Shabbat, Shabbat, Please rise. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי קלה, לה 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 לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. Let's hear you. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Come on, you can do better than that. I don't hear you.
לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Don't sit yet. We turn now to page 146 for our call to prayer, the Baruchu. Please rise in body or in spirit if you are able.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. יה לה 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 לה, 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 יה לה 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 לה, 야 לה 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 לה, 야 לה לה ला ला ला, 야 לה לה
Seated. I want to take a moment before we learn about justice to welcome my colleague and friend, Rabbi Susie Stone, to Kol Ami, or welcome back. I'm sure you've been here before. You don't have to get up, stay there. But we welcome you as a fighter of justice. You are at home, and thank you for being with us tonight.
When we recite the Shema, we proclaim that God is one, and therefore that all human beings share a single source, a single worth, a single breath of holiness. The Shema is a radical statement of equality. If God is one, then no person can claim to be more divine than another. This idea lies at the heart of Jewish freedom. The Exodus story taught us that freedom is not only freedom from oppression, but a freedom that comes with responsibility. To hear the cry of the stranger, the worker, the refugee, the earth itself. Each time we say Shema, we remind ourselves to listen not only to God's oneness, but to the many voices that cried out for justice. We now turn to page 146 for the Shema. 152, thank you. And please rise to the extent that you are able. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Page 140 and 54. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם ושבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתתם על מסוסות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם אל כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר חוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים לחיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Who is like you, God, among the mighty? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, and doing wondrous deeds? The Israelites, newly freed from bondage, stand on the shores of possibility. Behind them, the waters close over Pharaoh's army. Before them lies the uncertain wilderness. This prayer is more than gratitude for escape. It's a protest against every system that denies human dignity. And so the same God who redeemed Israel from slavery calls us to free others from poverty, racism, hunger, and fear. The sea did not part so that a few might pass through safely. It opened for an entire people. That is the reminder of Mi Chamocha. It is our mission to build a world where equity and equality are as vast as the waters and where redemption is shared by all. We turn to page 158 for Mi Chamocha.
You to turn to page 161 on the bottom of the page. Please read out loud along with me. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Beautiful. We will now turn our thoughts to our meditation tonight, the Amidah. Please rise to the extent that you are able. We invite you to read the words of the Siddur or have a meditation of your own at this time. Page 164. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi tehillatcha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi tehillatcha.
Our thoughts turn now to those in our lives who are in need of healing. The names of those for whom our Kol Ami community are saying blessings of healings will come up on the screen above me, but I will also invite each of you to say aloud as my hands come across the room any individual who you are sending special healing prayers to, and then together we will pray our prayer for healing, the Mishaberach, which is found on page, I think it's 109 or 371, both of them. Page 109. Please lift up any names that you have to add for healing at this time.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing, berefua shelema, the renewal of the body, of mind and of spirit, and let us say Amen.
So tonight we are blessed to have a very special colleague with us, Rabbi Susie Stone. And I just want to tell you a little bit about her before I invite her to inspire our community to stand up for justice. Rabbi Susie received a degree in history from Brandeis University. After graduating, she began her career as a labor and community organizer in Boston. She set out to become a rabbi as a way to balance both tikkun olam, healing the world, and tikkun hanefesh, healing one's soul. After being ordained at HUC in Los Angeles in 2012, she served at congregations in Santa Barbara and DC, as well as was the Hillel rabbi at Arizona State University for the past 5 years. She currently serves as a lead organizer and is working with 6 other Jewish congregations at LA Voice. LA Voice is a multiracial, multi-faith community organization that awakens people to their own power, training them to speak and act and work together to transform our county into one that reflects the dignity of all people. LA Voice currently has 70-plus member congregations encompassing 50,000 families and engaging over 10,000 people each year. LA Voice organizes to advance racial and economic justice through the leadership of people of faith, grounded in love, truth, and a collective power that moves our country closer to equity and abundance for all. And it is now my honor and privilege to invite my colleague, Rabbi Stone, to the bima. Come on, good Shabbos. Good to see you. Come. You can use this if you want. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, well, it's just beautiful to be in this sanctuary, and the words and the music tonight was absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for having me here and inviting me into your sanctuary tonight. In the dead of night, 4 men show up in the doorsteps of a church in El Paso. Smuggled across the border, they run for the church to ask for sanctuary. The priest allows them to enter. As they catch their breath and are given food and water, they tell the priest that they are the lucky ones. 9 of their fellow travelers did not make it. They were arrested and imprisoned. The priest then asked the man, "Where did you come from and how can I help? After all, you're fugitives from the law, and you can't live here in this church forever." The real story is actually as follows. On a dark night in 1930, 4 Jews arrived at the doorstep of Temple Mount Sinai in El Paso, Texas. Rabbi Martin Zelenka lets them in and asks, "Where are you from?" "We are from all over Europe, fleeing the bloodshed of the Bolsheviks, the Nazis, and the Italian fascists. As stowaways in steerage class, we made our way to the only country that would take us in, Mexico. Unfortunately, upon crossing the border, 9 of our landsmen didn't make it. They were caught by Border Patrol and imprisoned." "And where are you going?" the rabbi asks. "To the land of freedom and liberty. Have we made it?" "I guess," the rabbi says, "but by crossing the border without papers, you are now illegal aliens in the eyes of the U.S. government." And without missing a beat, one man says, "I suppose we'd rather be illegal and alive than legal and dead." While my grandfather arrived through Ellis Island and not El Paso, his story is not so different. He was born in a tiny Bavarian village in 1913 on a street named Judenstrasse, Jew Street. He was one of 30 Jews in a town of 1,000 people. But they were respected and honored because my great-great-uncles fought in the War of German Unification, and my great-grandfather Jacob fought with the Germans in World War I. As a young boy at age 13, my grandpa left home to learn a trade, and by the time he was 16, he was working in Nuremberg. But between 1925 and 30, as the Nazi Party became controlling party of Bavaria, my grandfather started to date a non-Jewish woman, which would soon become illegal according to the Nuremberg laws. After months of constant threats and physical harassment, he stole some money to escape town. He fled to Prague, and he lived in hiding for 6 months until a distant uncle in Atlanta was able to procure him a visa. What's so profound to me about my grandfather's story is that he was only one of about 10,000 Jews who legally obtained a visa that year. According to CUNY history professor Libby Garland, due to the 1921 and 24 Immigration Acts, visas for Southern and Eastern Europeans were almost impossible to obtain. And we all know that through our own family histories. Only about 3% of all the visas in 1924 went to Jews. Thus, we know that my grandfather's story was rare, and the story of the Jewish immigrants entering with fake papers or in the dead of night is more common than we actually think. There's an amazing book called After They Closed the Gates that actually talks about illegal immigration of Jews to the United States. According to this research, tens of thousands of Jews, if not more, entered illegally to the US through Canada and Mexico. So I'm lucky that my grandfather was one of the legal ones, but he did commit at least 2 crimes. First, he was a petty theft turned fugitive. Second, he was a Jew. Thankfully, someone helped my grandfather learn English and give him a job, and eventually, like so many in our community, he worked his way up from the bottom, and he bought his own business by the time he was 60 years old. His hard work and determination is the only reason I could afford to go to college, and he is the only reason that I stand before you today as a rabbi. But today, standing up for or alongside a fugitive running for their life could get you thrown in jail. Literally, just like my coworker's cousin Job. who was taken by ICE on June 20th, as you can read about in the LA Times. Job is a US citizen and actually a PhD student studying at Claremont, who got grabbed by ICE for filming a raid and then spent 48 hours in a detention center with 30 other people with little to no food or water. This story is not unique. The government is taking US citizens, and it will only become more and more common as time goes on. This week's Torah portion, Va'era, the rabbis actually tell us the real reason that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. And they say that it was because the wealthy, only the wealthy, were welcome as guests in the city. The poor were to be expelled. Sound familiar? Even worse is it teaches in Midrash to Rabbi Eliezer, anyone who tried to help a poor person or a defenseless person was literally burnt at the stake. As we learn, Pelotit, Lot's daughter, was wedded to one of the magnates, that's their language, not mine, of Sodom. She saw a certain very poor man in the street of the city, and her soul was grieved. Every day when she went out to draw water, she put her pitcher and all kinds of provisions from her house into the pitcher for that poor man. But the magnates of Sodom were confused. How is this poor man still alive? When they ascertained the facts, they brought her forth, and they burnt her at the stake. Finally, when she cried out upon her death, God said, I will go down and see what they have done. I will inform Abraham, who is supposed to pursue tzedek umishpat, justice and righteousness. It is only because she tried to help that she was ultimately killed. As many of you know, Abraham then argues with God to save Sodom, arguing that the God of justice has no business punishing the innocent and the righteous and the wicked alike. As the inheritors of Abraham's struggle, the question has become, what are we personally willing to risk to ensure that innocent refugees and hardened criminals alike are not getting swept up in the same raids? For example, as of yesterday, I hate to inform us because it's Shabbat and we like to be upbeat, but there are 666,000 souls sitting in a detention center right now. It's the highest number since 2019. That number is up 70% since January 1st. And according to Homeland Security's own website, so you can do your own research, only 17,000 of those 66,000 have criminal records. That's 25%. Obviously, this number is only going to continue to rise with the infusion of $45 billion of funding from H.R. 1, or the Big Beautiful Bill. Reportedly, the government has plans to create 100,000 detention beds by retrofitting military bases and creating new private prisons in our own backyard here in California. For historical purposes only, not because they're parallel, but just to think about the size of what I mean tonight. During World War II, there were 120,000 Japanese Americans in internment camps. We will reach that in a matter of months. And it's one thing to be detained, it's one thing to be deported, it's another thing for 66,000 people to live in actual purgatory, if not hell. In fact, one of the youth that we work with, her father was arrested by ICE in June. He finally got a hearing and was released yesterday after 5 months, and he was a lucky one. They are living in crowded squalor, inadequate food, water, and no hygiene, which has actually led to 20 deaths this year, the deadliest year to be in ICE detention since 2004, and that includes COVID. As Jews, we have heard the poem by Pastor Martin Niemöller millions of times. First, they came for the communists, then the socialists, then the unionists, and then they came for the Jews. and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. My friends, now is the time to act. Now is the time to not wait, to be bold and courageous, and to not wait for the perfect strategy or tactic to protect our democracy. While we have not yet been swept up in these raids or interned like 70,000 Japanese citizens, if the global Jewish history is any indicator, we cannot wait to act. Our whiteness did not save my relatives, and I doubt it will be enough to save ours in the future. Our only safety must be born through solidarity. Our only hope is to do all we can to defend the US Constitution, not as legal scholars, perhaps some of you are, but not needing to be legal scholars, but everyday citizens, to say, not in my name. Amen is right. One way to do this is by joining LA Voice work as we work together. So what does it mean in concrete terms? I have 3 things for you. First is in the short term, very short term. This coming Wednesday at 5 p.m., I'm partnering with the Jewish Partnership for LA, a new organization that will be delivering food for immigrant workers who are too afraid to leave their homes. If you'd like to join me this week, please find me after services so I can get your information. I am promising to go with you this first time so that you have a friendly face, that we can do this mitzvah together. If you can't go this week, but you're interested in future opportunities, I'll share the information with Rabbi Resnick, and she will eventually, obviously, share it out with you. Second, in the short term, there are ways in which the Jewish Partnership for Democracy is partnering with the Hollywood Home Depot and Adepska, and a congregation that is teaching people how to do ICE patrols, only at Home Depot. So it's not going to solve all the world's problems. But I will tell you, a member of LA Voice, she is a member of Temple Israel, she has been doing it twice a week for the last 6 months, and she successfully helped save about 20 people. So if you think it's just for show or performative, it is not. We need you if you have the time and capacity. In the medium term, it means joining LA Voice for a vigil in mid-December. Our date is to be determined, but it is meant to bring light to the darkness. Because even though this has been happening for 6 months, there are uncounted for amount of Angelinos who are literally afraid to go out of their home still. We need food and we need clothing, and with all the cuts to SNAP, we need it now more than ever. So we will be bringing out and processing in the streets and bringing and celebrating Hanukkah and multi-faith different religious rites that happen in the middle of December. The only way to see the majesty and power of LA Voice is to be a part of one of these vigils. Because never in my life, and I feel very honored to say, I've never been a part of a community that transcends difference in a way that LA Voice does. Third, and most importantly, it means doing the slow, steady work of community organizing, starting within the congregation and only then working out. As we say in our model of organizing, the first revolution is internal. This sanctuary is the beginning of a movement. The more you talk and listen to one another, the more you understand how to move the entire congregation, not just the regulars, but everybody who has pain that wants to turn that into passion. As Indigenous activist Lila Watson once taught, if you have come to help, then you're wasting your time. But if you've come because your liberation is tied up in mine, then let's begin. That is the model of LA Voice. We are not doing charity. We are not doing direct service. What we need are people who are willing to transform their own lives by the struggles of the city, to help us talk, to listen, to research, to strategize, to meet with elected officials, and to do the slow, steady work that transforms people into a movement and movement into change. Don't forget that the Montgomery bus boycott took over a year. Don't forget that the Great Boycott took 5 years to plant the first seeds of the first contract. Winning will not be easy. It is not meant to make you feel good. You will get no halo effect. by donating, or by doing a one-off. LA Voice is not going to make you feel good immediately. But what I can tell you is that we need to develop a strategy together. Then, only then, can we mobilize people in their own self-interest to create a more just world. This is how we, LA Voice, ended 30-day impounds for immigrant drivers in 2012. This is how we worked to pass legislation in LA City to ban the box in 2014. This is how we won rent control in 2020. And this is how we helped pass Measure A just last year, which is the first permanent source of funding in LA County to address homelessness and affordable housing. This is the slow, steady work of organizing. Not the halo effect, but the research, the drive. As Frederick Douglass once said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want struggle, be it moral or physical or both, but it must be struggle. Because power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. I invite you to join your Justice League in helping us concede nothing. Shabbat Shalom.
Koach, thank you so much, Rabbi Stone. Such an honor. Whew. You ready? We got a lot of work to do, my friends. We've got to rally all our people, and we are honored to join you to do some of that work, Rabbi Stone. Thank you for inspiring us. We're going to take a moment now to recognize another inspirational, historic leader whose yahrzeit was this week, Yitzhak Rabin. And so we will sing together his song of peace and remember that we create a more just world together. The words for Shir LaShalom are found on page 658, 658.
תנו לשמש לעלות, לבוקר להאיר, הזעקה שבתפילות אותנו לא תחזיר. מי אשר קבע נרו ובעפר נטמן, בכי מר לא יאירו, לא יחזירו לכאן. איש אותנו לא ישיב, מבור תחתית תפל, כאן לא יועילו לו שמחת הניצחון ולא שירי הלל. לכן רק שירו שיר לשלום, אל תלחשו תפילה, מוטב תשירו שיר לשלום בצעקה גדולה.
It is my honor to call forward a member of our board of trustees, yes, that's you, Adam, to share some announcements with you. I see you brought your cheering committee with you. We're grateful for that. Go Dad, go Dad. Hi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Adam Greenwald, member of the Board of Trustees here. I'm very happy to be here, especially tonight with Rabbi Stone, a fellow Brandesian and Sun Devil, and just really happy to see you. It's been a long time. We want to thank, of course, Rabbi Resnick and rabbinic intern Rebecca Carrillo for leading tonight's service. I'm sorry we were so late. Along with cantorial soloist Ronnie Mardar and accompanied by Lisa Edwards on the piano. Thank you to Travis Smith, of course, for the audiovisual, and Leonard Seelig for setting up tonight's Oneg as well. And a very special thank you again to Rabbi Stone for joining us this evening. Please note some of the very exciting activities, events coming up, including our Taste of Judaism class on Sunday with one more to follow, and our Introduction to Judaism class on Sunday, December 7. The next Open Yad Shabbat Shmooze for people significantly younger than me will be Friday, November 14th. I think I've aged out of that group by now. The next book circle is on Saturday, November 15th at 3 p.m. We'll be discussing A Woman Beyond the Sea by Sarit Yishai Levi. The men of Kol Ami are having a garden party on Sunday, November 16th. Please also save the date for a couple special Shabbat services coming up, first one honoring Transgender Day of Remembrance on Friday, November 21st, and observing World AIDS Day on Friday, December 5th. All these dates and times can be found on our website, social media, and in the Sunday snapshot. In the spirit of tzedakah and giving back to the community, we are a host committee member for the Hollywood Food Coalition's annual Thanksgiving community dinner. Ways to donate and participate will be in the Sunday snapshot via email. Also, we will be collecting toys in coordination with the LAFD, I assume that's the LA Fire Department, Sparks of Love program, and more details, again, will be in the newsletter on Sunday. As always, registrations and more details are on our website, kol-ami.org, and thank you so much for being here tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Adam. Good Shabbos. So much happening here at Kol Ami. So I hope you will join us for all of these exciting opportunities and ways to give back and be champions for justice. I invite you, if you are able, please to rise in body or spirit for Aleinu on page 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כאם, וגורלנו ככל העונה, ואנחנו קוראים משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Our thoughts turn now to those whom death has taken from us, but who are bound up with us in love. I will first read the list of names of those who are in a period of Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days of mourning. Then I'll read the names of those whom it is the anniversary of their death, a yahrzeit, and then I'll invite any mourners amongst us to rise and recite your loved ones' names. And we say, Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing always. Our heart goes out to Adam Goodkind and family, friends of our rabbinic intern. And tonight we say Kaddish for Milton Singer, Marilyn Horwitz, Fred Mendel, Annette Levy-Ratkin, Ann Pendo, Nick Ruvo, Cantor William Charlin, April Anderson, Pearl Shapiro, Sanford Saperstein, and Merceda E. Knapp. If you are a mourner amongst us, I invite you to rise at this time, and as my hand and eyes meet yours, to recite the name of your loved one. I invite you please to rise in support of the mourners, and we turn to page 598 and recite Kaddish Yatom together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach cherutei ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitoman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. You may be seated. Some of us like to put our arms around one another and gather close. You do what is comfortable for you as we sing once again of peace, trying to bring about the world that we wish to create on this earth for all peoples. Please join us.
Say shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We invite you to gather close. Just try not to stand right in front of that camera so our friends online can see. It's in here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come forward. Let us bless together.
There we go. Let me move this from here. Okay. Come closer, everybody.
Come closer. We know you're not shy. Not you. Not you, Ayla.
Okay. Savri Maranam Lechaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'agafe.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון חינכילנו, זיכרו למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תהילה למקראי קודש, זכר לנסיעת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
אמן. לחיים לחיים.
was really
Big hug.
Wow.
Please join us.
Let's make a challah chain.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. You got it. Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Stone. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Rabbinic Intern Carrillo. Thank you, Lisa Edwards. Thank you, Justice League. Thank you, all of you. Good Shabbos.